This is a tough one for me. The member from Ramsey, Representative Moran.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you. And Representative Tice, I just want to say, I, like you, try to live by the 4 agreements. Ah, what an honor and a privilege it is to be on this House floor. 12 years later, I know and I feel that honor and that privilege every single day. For the past 12 years has been incredible. I want to thank everyone in District 65A for their support over the years. Our neighborhood has challenges, but we are resilient. And we have the immigrants and the people of color who are looking to achieve the American dream, to start families, to own a small business, with neighbors who deeply care about one another. The support over the years has been humbling. When my family and I first arrived in Minnesota 22 years ago, homeless and jobless, I never imagined in my wildest dream that I would be on this House floor. In this breathtaking chamber, when days are hard and tough and I just look up and just look at just how beautiful it is and remember the role that we have to play here, that I have to play here for my community, for the people, for real people back in my district. So I want to thank my very first campaign manager and friend who just became a father 2 days ago. You know who you are. The volunteers and my neighbors for seeing something in me that I didn't see, that I was not sure of. Yes, this mother of 7 kids did not see this. And to all the other campaign managers and awesome volunteers and friends for supporting me over the last 6 terms. I could not have done this without you. I want to thank my family for their support and understanding through all the ups and downs and long nights and weekends and never-ending meetings and phone calls that comes with serving in this office. I could not have done this without you. I know, this would probably be a common theme throughout the day. If not, I know I cannot go forward without thanking the staff here. I can't thank you enough. I want to thank my legislative assistants, Jerry Boyce. Jerry Boyce, when I first came in my first year, Jerry didn't take no stuff, did she? Jerry was leading the way, but she saw me coming and she had it laid out. Before I got sworn in, she was making phone calls to me, giving me the feel for what it could be and was going to be. So Jerry, love you, Jerry. Travis Reese, Mike Moner, Connor McNutt, Ben Takati, Alicia Frisk. We miss you, Alyssa. Jazz DiMiglio, Laura Sparkman, and Anna Boydjadine, plus Chris McCall and Nancy Conley, who were my committee administrators these past 4 years. And Chris McCall, I just want to say thank you. If anyone knows Chris McCall, he knows how to navigate this place. From the House to the Senate, the issues, he knows it back and forth. Also, would not and cannot leave out the sergeant's office, our chief clerk, staff, thank you. our IT people, constituent services, media, public information, and everyone else who make this place run so smoothly. We could not do this work without you. I want to particularly thank the research and fiscal staff who have been absolutely invaluable to me as a committee chair. They are the brightest and smartest people in the world, and I hope you guys get to get some sleep real soon. I want to thank my colleagues for their contribution to their communities and to our state. We do difficult work here, and everyone brings something to the table, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But we bring it. We bring what we have to give. I deeply value your wisdom and your friendship. Madam Speaker, I want to thank you. When Representative Lyndon Carson stepped down, I know he left a big shoe to fill. And I will, and still am, internally grateful for the trust that you placed in me with the honor of serving as committee chair of Ways and Means. What an honor. Thank you. I know it meant a lot for my community to have a woman of color, to have a Black woman in such a big role. And so I just cannot thank you enough. I also want to thank those on the other side of the aisle who I've had the opportunity to work with closely, some more than others, but Representative Albright, Representative Creasha. We were able to get some good work, do some good work together, and I value your friendship and your partnership. And Representative Garofalo, now, we know your passion, and we're familiar with the bombast that you often bring here to the House floor. So I wasn't exactly sure what to expect when we started our journey together on Ways and Means. While we didn't always agree, I want to thank you for being a cooperative counterpart as the GOP leads on Ways and Means. Some of my colleagues on this side of the aisle might not like hearing this, but you are a valuable member of this institution, and I appreciate that. To my DFL colleagues, thank you, each one of you, for your caring, for your passion. Jay is like, enough. For your passion, for your love of the people, to see them across the state of Minnesota and to work on their behalf. Because making government work for all is really important, and that's what we do as a party. We too often throw around the word stakeholders. Let's all instead worry about how the actions we take here impact people. The people who aren't represented here with lobbyists. The people whose voices are too often not represented in this political process. Like people experiencing homelessness, people who don't know when they will have the next meal, children stuck in our child protection system, and their families who just want some hope, people who get sick or hurt and don't know how they will pay a medical bill. We might not always want to hear their voices at the committee table, but they deserve a space in the halls of government. And I am so proud to have been able to bring those voices from my district into this body. I used to say to my constituents that my district is so close to the Capitol that we can touch it. But so often we don't see it because we don't feel that government is working for us, that government is for us. And I spent a lot of time saying to my neighbors is that, you know what? You're going to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. And that has been my life journey through this process. Every step of the way, to become uncomfortable to get comfortable and do the work of the people, to do the work of my district. I also hope this body can continue to focus on and make meaningful progress to address the systemic racism that's too prevalent in our state. Our Select Committee on Racial Justice did a comprehensive work to not just examine the causes of systemic racism, but solutions that we can take right now to improve opportunities for BIPOC communities. Because government has not always worked for us. There's no condemnation, it's just what it is. So I want to thank Representative Richardson for her partnership in putting together our Select Committee report. It was one of the single most powerful documents in the history of our body. I truly believe that, and I hope you guys can receive that. And it's too important for us to simply remain, for it to simply remain archived up in the reference library and forgotten. Please, to everyone who is coming back, we know the entire package of recommendations wouldn't be enacted overnight. We know this process takes time, years sometime, most of the time. But too much work remains to be done, and I hope you all can take them seriously as you approach the important work in this body. We all have a role to play, in my mind, to make the lives of people better. Because at the end of the day, we just want to be self-sufficient and able to take care of ourselves and our family, and to become contributing members of the community. But government has a role there too to make that happen, or not. Finally, emotions often run high here. We all come with our individual passions and expertise and ideas. Let's all commit to being kind, patient with one another. The person who yells the loudest doesn't necessarily have the best ideas. Let's learn to listen more and talk less. People really have something to deliver to this body about how we can make and improve the work that we do, especially those who have been impacted by systems. To one another and to our communities, let's find ways to eliminate hate. And for those God-fearing people in this body, the one thing I do believe that we believe is that God is love. Let's show some of that. As some of you may know, I do hope to continue my public service, but in a different role that will probably bring me back here to see you from time to time. But serving in the Minnesota House of Representatives was an experience unlike anything else in this world. And I could not have imagined not doing this and being part of this process. And despite the difficulties along the way, I would look back and I would savor every moment, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Folks, it really has been an honor to be here and to be a part of your lives in some type of way. And to my community, again, I just say thank you. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you, in some ways, as this outsider who wasn't born and raised here, to bring in your voices into this place and to bring you into this body and to see that government has a role to make our lives better, and you have a story to tell. It is because of you that I am who I am. Madam Speaker, Majority Leader, our minority leaders, our whips, our members, you are incredible. You are all incredible people. I just want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone, and thank you, Madam Speaker.